Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Race on Oz semi-final A group tonight. So we are fast coming towards the conclusion of what you would say has been essentially the pre-season before the big update on PS5 coming up on, I believe, the 22nd of February. So the new season will kick off not long after that. But yeah, we're going to be doing 60 minutes of Zolder tonight. Interesting little circuit. We're staying with the Zeds. Last week was Zandvoort. And we've jumped back over the border. So I think we're in Belgium. Went to Holland and then back to Belgium again, because I think that's where Zolder is. Anyway, geography wasn't my strong suit in school. Hope you're all doing well out there. Your week's going well, and yeah, we're just finishing up practice, and we can see last week's race winner Slambo on the screen right now, 128.4. So he has set the pace once again in this free practice session, as we are not far away from getting qualifying all started here. He comes across the line, doesn't improve on his best time, so he set the pace, but he's got HSV for company there. He's going to give him a run for his money. Got some fast guys in here as well. Crashy Mate. Last time I commentated on his race, didn't have the best time of it, so hopefully that luck can turn tonight. Everyone knows Vic. Everyone knows Jamie as well, so good to have them in this group. Brenticles. Angry Old Fella's been in some good form. So is Andrali as well. So let's get into it, shall we? So cars already making their way out. HSV in that Mercedes. I think that is generally his car of preference as well. So it'll be a car that he is quite familiar with. And he's going to set us away around the circuit. Who else do we have out there? Ty Morgo in this group tonight as well. I think I've said it a few times already over the course of these races. I don't mind the real life liveries, a bit of a change. There's someone in the Nissan, Vic Chan in the Nissan tonight. I like it. He's just going through his choices of car. We've got Brenticles in the Bentley as well. Crashy Mate in that Audi. Let's see how he can go here. I think that's the car that he's raced most often as well. He's Mr. N. Wilson in a very colourful, bright livery of his tonight. Something a little bit different, but he's mainly stuck with the Lamborghini throughout this pre-season. Bounty usually runs in a Mercedes, so it's a little bit different for him. But let's go ahead and let's go on board with HSV. Let's do the from the driver's eye, if you like. Have a look, a lap around Zolder, all 11 turns and 4 kilometers of it. So turn 1 can be a little bit tricky. Through turn 2, Sterenwalk is what it's called. A lot of patience in this first sector. It's hard on the brakes here. A little bit of trail brake there, and then get it wound up again. He's coming up to turn 5, the Klein chicane. This is pretty much the what would be rated as the hardest part of the circuit, hardest 2 corners on the circuit. Goes down the hill through the sweeping left-hander at turn 6. We often see a lot of action here, especially in the opening stages of the race. So we'll see if that transpires tonight, as he just gets a little bit untidy through there on this first run. That's all right though, because he's still got over 12 minutes since his first run in this qualifying session. Down into 9 and 10. That's the Johan Rindt corner. And this here, turn 11, Jackie X. Turn 11, I think, as well at Spa there. And that's a lap of Zolder. Let's see what sort of time he can do. A 1:29. Let's see who else is out there coming through. Just catch anyone as I can. Crashy mate coming through. Incy, that's a name I haven't seen for a little while. Good to have him. Here's Andrali. He scored a podium last week. Cracking race. I eavesdropped on their conversation afterwards through the voice chat. It was a cracking race with him and a couple of other guys who don't spring to mind right now. Riggsy was the one. Those two had a cracking battle. Here's Slambo, last week's race winner. He goes straight to the top of the times. We saw that in practice. So 1:29 flat. And we've got 11 minutes remaining. So still the early stages here. Eagle Wind puts it in P3 for now. Here's Angry Old Fella. He's been in some good form. Let's see if that can continue. He's looking good on the second row of the grid. So nice start for him to this qualifying session for the semi-final. This is the A group. Here's Scott Pye coming across in the Ferrari. He'll set off on his first flying lap. ROOZ in the ever familiar Aston Martin that he likes so much there. Same colour scheme as last week. Here's HSV, so didn't get a timed run in on his first lap. Let's see what he's got for lap number 2. And he goes top of the times, a 1:28.8. So it was worth the wait. He's Jambon Sickle. He moves up into P5, so nice start from him. What about Bounty? Yet to get a time on the board. Just him and Scott Pye so far. And Bounty puts in a good one. Good enough for P7 right now. He's usually pretty good early qualifier. We'll see where he does end up. He does the podium website where all the ROOZ stats are kept. Jump on board and have a look. It's a pretty good website, all up to date. Nice and clean, well presented. Here's Jamie in the Honda tonight. So he's good enough for P12. What about Angry Old Fella on another run here? A third of the distance through qualifying right now. It's HSV from Slambo, Vic Chan, Crashy Mate and Ty Morgo. That's your top 5 right now. Can Scott Pye get anywhere near the top 5? He's the only driver on track to have not set a time. And he rectifies that now. Good enough for P15. Gets elevated down to P16 by Bruce straight away. Here comes Eagle Wind. Making his way through the final turn here. 007 Bentley. Lots of Bentleys tonight. 7 of them, in fact. None of them in the top 3, though. So, is that a sign of things to come? It's a Mercedes, Nissan, Porsche, and Audi in the top 4. The highest Bentley belongs to Ty Morgo in P5. This is the Lamborghini, though, of Mr. N. Wilson. What has he got? Currently sitting P14. Doesn't improve his time, so he will go again. Plenty of time left for a run in him. We catch up with Angry Old Fella. Let's see what he can do. Currently P11. Oh, alright. Not paying attention there. My apologies. Jamie is out there. Might go for an onboard lap with Jamie just to see how he's doing. So currently in P2. Just under 8 minutes remaining in qualifying. This is the semi-final A group. Tricky chicane there at Klein Chicane. Lots of sort of little sausage curbs around here, and then this other chicane now too. So as I said, I expect to see plenty of action there in the opening laps and throughout the race. This lap, not his fastest so far. Runs a little bit deep, loses some time there, so not going to be anywhere near his best time. But we'll stay with him until the end of the lap, and he's going to go into the pits. Alright. Who else do we have out there? 912. That's Slambo. It's been in some cracking form lately. Let's see what he's got here. Currently sitting on the second row of the grid in P4. That's where he will remain for now. Just having a look. Oh, 31. Here's Ty Morgan. Oh, have a look at that. That's quite nicely, a nicely presented Bentley. Currently P7 for him. 6 minutes remaining in the session. It's a pretty full track right now as well. So only 2 cars in the pits. As we ride along with Ty. Let's go from the driver's eye perspective. This is an idea I stole from Adman, so thank you, Adman. Watching his stream the other night. I couldn't do enough of this camera angle. I think I'm going to do more of it. So, tip of the hat to you, Adman. I don't mind it, actually. I think it goes alright. So, Ty just off his best time right now. Doesn't look like he's going to improve on this run. Let's see who else is out there. The very familiar number 100. Belonging to Jamie, or it depends on how long you've been in the league for, formerly known as River Runs. Let's see, the last time we were with him, he ducked into the pits. Not this time. I think this might just be his warm-up lap anyway, so I don't think he'll be setting a time here. We'll just wait and double check. Alright, so good enough for P4. Here's Angry. Well, that's not Angry. That was HSV on the screen. Here's Angry in his blue Bentley. And he doesn't improve on his time, so he's currently P12 right now. .379 Andrelli. And his ever familiar Ferrari. Does have quite an affinity with the Ferrari, so his preferred vehicle. He's half a second off his best time, so he's not going to improve on that run. Who else is out there? 211. Is it 211 or do my eyes deceive me? No, it's not 211. I think it's 288. There it is. Alright, so this is Jambon Sickle. We're coming to the closing stages of this one, so just to tick over 3.5 minutes remaining. It's Crashy Mate on top from Brenticles, HSV, Jamie, Vic Chan, Slambo, Eagle Win, Jambon Sickle, Ty Morgo, and Andrali. That's your top 10 right now. Crashy Mate in the pits, so he's looking very fast this evening. What's Jambon Sickle got? He remains in P8 right now. What about Eagle Wind in the Bentley? Just making his way now towards turn 11. Jackie X. Pretty sure that's what it is. That's what my research says anyway. Can he improve on 7th? Yes, he can. He goes P4. So nice work there from Eagle Wind. Eagle Wind D-roll. Here's Mr. N. Wilson, currently sitting in P14, runs a little bit deep there. That is not going to help him improve his time. So he will have to go again. Slambo, though, he will want to improve his time. It's tight at the top, though. Have a look at those times. This is extremely tight. Only 2/10 covers the top 7. Right now, in 7th position is Slambo. Does he improve? Yes, he does. He goes to the top of the timetables. Nice work from him as we embark on the final 2 minutes of qualifying. This is semi-final. This is the A group for Race on Oz. Here's Jamie. Stays in 6th position on the 3rd row of the grid. Angry old fella. That's ROOZ. Camera angle, just a bit of lag there, but we're going all right. Let's see what Angry can do. P8. So a nice improvement from him. Just looking for 52 HSV. So all cars out on the circuit, bar one. Incy is the only driver in the pits right now. HSV is one of the cars on the circuit. Currently P4. Doesn't improve on his time. So that's where he might begin this one. Here's Andrali. Down there in 11th. He's 7/10ths back right now. So he's got a fair bit of ground to make up. Can this lap do it? No, it can't right now. But he's still have time for one more run. Here's Tabasco. We haven't seen much of this this driver tonight, the AM driver. Let's see. AM driver from last season, mind you. Remains in P15. Jamie, will he have enough time to get this run in and one more? I reckon he will. Let's see if he can improve on P6. Eagle Win and Crashy Mate, they've pulled the pin. So they're happy with their starting spots. Jamie moves up into P5. Here comes Jambon. He will get another shot at it after this lap. Currently P9. Trying to get the shortest run to the line. Starts in P9 so far. What about Scotty Pye in that yellow Ferrari? Down in 16th position. Just ahead of ROOZ and Incy, who's in the pits right now. As we go to 000 now. And he remains in P16. What about Andrali? There's 52 coming across the line there as well. HSV, he's all done. He's got a second row starting spot as it stands right now. Still can change. Lots of cars out on the circuit still. Here we go. Andrali. Can he move up from P11 in the Ferrari? No, he can't. What about Vic Chan? No, he's pulled the pin as well. Ty Morgo currently in P9. As we have gone 000. We're in the countdown waiting clock. Jamie, is he on a lap right now? Oh, look at that. 6/100ths down on his best time. In P5. Let's see him finish out the lap. He gains a little bit of time there. Can he improve from P5? No, he can't. So that is where he will begin. And that's where the camera has stayed. So good timing on that one. Sandeezy, my man, how are you going? I'm good. Good to see you again. Thanks for watching. Andrali as well. Not Andrali. Gaming Eclipse. He's in there, but Slambo, he is on pole position. So well done to him. I think that might be his second or third of this pre-season. Here goes Crashy Mate. So nice work from Crashy. Brenticles. He's going to start in P3. HSV in 4th. Then you got Jamie in 5th position. Eagle Wind. He is in P6 right now. Vic Chan down there in 7th in the Nissan. So I think he's just working through some things at the moment. Angry old fella. He starts in P8. Just behind him is Jambon Sickle in 9th position. Then we got in P10, it's Ty Morgo. In 11th, it's Andrali. 12th is Bounty. And in 13th, you've got Metal Steel. Now, he's followed very, very closely by Mr. N. Wilson. So he's going to start there in 14th. Tabasco, he's going to be starting there in 15th. Scott Pye, he will begin in 16th. ROOZ will occupy P17 on the grid. And Incy will begin the race in 18th. That is our grid for the semi-final A group. That was a good qualifying. I enjoyed that. We're going to do 60 minutes now around Zolder. I think we're going to do some nighttime racing as well, if I'm not mistaken. I have not read the driver's brief. It's probably something that I really should do, shouldn't it? So Driver briefing. Here we go. Pretty sure. I've seen some chat. People mentioning nighttime conditions and whatnot. So, is there a driver's briefing? I don't see anything here. Alright, maybe someone in the chat knows. 30th of the 1st, the last one. Alright. Just having a quick look here. Yeah, I can't see anything. So, here we go. Attendance. Alright, well, you know what? As humans, we're wired to like surprises. Good surprises, not nasty surprises though, but we all like a surprise, so we're going to get a surprise. But yeah, Gaming Eclipse, good to have you on board again. And yeah, Sandeezy, my man, I'll speak to you tomorrow evening as well. Hope everyone else is going well. Weather's been good in Melbourne lately, that's where I'm located anyway. But let's have a look at this grid. So Slambo and Crashy Mate. This is going to be a good battle between these two. I'm really looking forward to seeing Crashy Mate go up against Slambo, who's been in scintillating form. He's had a couple of race wins. I think he was in a Ferrari last week as well, Slambo. So he's feeling very comfortable in anything he drives. Obviously, Brenticles. We know the class of Brenticles as well. And HSV is always up there and about. He's always at the pointy end of the field. I still do remember, he probably wouldn't want me to mention, but the disconnect that he had at Paul Ricard last season. He was on track for a podium and cut out in the last minutes of that race. So he'll be hoping nothing like that happens tonight. Jamie, the reigning Pro Series champion, down there in 5th position. Eagle win. This would be good for him. He's the second highest Bentley there. So that'll be nice to see him move his way through the field. And Vic Chan from P7 in the Nissan. So obviously just having a go at something new. Not too sure if that's going to be the car that he drives moving forward. But yeah, in P7. Angry Old Fella, say keep an eye on him as well. I've commentated a few of his races over this pre-season period and he's looked pretty good. He did have the incident at Monza though, where he unfortunately got beached on the at the opening corner on the first chicane there. So very, very unfortunate set of circumstances for him after he put it on the front row as well. So he had better luck since then. So hopefully that luck continues. Jambon Sickle, good result for him, and watching Ty Morgo come from 10th there. And Drally, the highest of the Ferraris. I thought the Ferraris might have done a little bit better around here. I thought this would be a track that might suit them a little bit more, but not to be so far. And we kind of know what we get with Bounty. Very consistent driver. Not afraid to mix it up in there as well. So yeah, this will be a good one. So I'm looking forward to this. Dan says Honda for the win. What was Gaming Eclipse? Yeah, Andrelli's livery is designed by his daughter. There you go. That's cool. I think we've had a few of them from last season where the liveries are designed by kids of the parents racing. So that's cool. Yes, Sandeezy, you should go do that. Cool. All right. So we're going to get this thing started. No, I can't. Oh, here we go. I can change the camera angle. We're on board with Jamie. I'll do a bit of a helicopter cam. So there you go. 4:13 p.m. local time start. And we are really, really close to getting this race underway. 60 minutes, Zolder. This is the semi-final A. And we will be getting underway momentarily once they finish their warm-up lap. Getting those tyres up to pressure as best they can anyway on the warm-up lap. Warming up the brakes. Just mentally getting set as well. Ready to go. As they start to... Ooh, I think that was Angry Old Fella there. Lucky there's no damage on the warm-up lap. And yeah, we'll see them forming up side by side. It's a bit of a short run to the line, so they will have to be pretty prompt getting themselves sorted here. Here we go. So it's already started. They're going to have to go side by side through the chicane, and then they'll make their way on the front straight. We'll receive the notification, and we will be getting this race underway. Last week we had some really great racing. It was a bit of a walk-away win, but the action behind was phenomenal. So hopefully we get a repeat of that this evening as they all start to grid up. We'll wait for the notification, and 60 minutes of Zolder will be underway. There it is. Oh, no. We got a couple of guys. Drive-through penalties, 912 and 7. They've both received drive-through penalties for jumping the start. So, a little bit itchy on the old trigger finger there. And they've been pulled up for it. So, action before this one even starts. Looks like, oh, there was a car that went around there. Who was that? 379. That was Andrali in the Ferrari. Disastrous start for him. So Slambo and Eaglewind were the two cars that got caught out there in the beginning. They've got the drive-through penalties. So Slambo is going to lead them away though, but this is disaster for him. Oh, HSV absolutely launching it through the chicane. So there you go, Sandeezy. You're asking if anyone has launched it yet. Yes, we have. We've seen it just then. Here we go into the second chicane for the first time. Will we see any action through here? Doesn't look like it so far. Everyone on their best behaviour. No cars getting turned around there, and everyone's made it through safe and sound. That's what we like to see. But out in front, it's Slambo leading from Crashy Mate from HSV. Brenchicles, Eaglewind, Angry Old Fella, Vic Chan, Ty Morgo, Jambon, and Bounty. This is the opening lap here. So Slambo, big story here. He has the drive-through penalty for jumping the start. So does Eaglewind. So they only have 3 laps there to do their to serve their penalty. And you saw the little sign there, 2 more laps to go for those boys. Here's Jambon. He's tucked up right under the rear wing of Ty Morgo, his fellow Bentley driver there. There's no teams in this series. It's every man for himself. Or woman. We are an open league. We welcome both female and male racers. So Jambon down there in 8th position. So Eaglewind, he's cleared his drive-through. So he served it early. That's going to put him right to the back of the field. Bruce is in the pit as well. So that might be terminal for him right now. Having a look at HSV all over the back of that Audi of Crashy Mate. So he's one I've been keen to watch. See how he goes. A newcomer to the league, I do believe. Alright, so it looks like we've started to settle in to a nice rhythm. Track's at 29 degrees. Air temperature's 23. It is optimum. We've got clear skies all the way forecast here. Let's have a look at Bounty. This is a nice little group of cars with Ty Morgo, Bounty, Mr. N. Wilson and Incy all coming charging through that chicane. There's Scott Pye. So he's had a good start. He started in 16th. He's moved all the way up to 11th already. So a nice start there for him. Good way to get this race kicked off. HSV, he's just dropped a little bit further behind now from Crashy Mate. It says just over 2 tenths, but the gap is off. Where is Crashy Mate actually? He hasn't pitted. I think he's had it off somewhere. Yeah, he's made a mistake. I think coming through the opening part of the first couple of corners there. So he has made some sort of mistake, being caught out. And yeah, that's dropped him right back. Where is he? In P15. Can't see any marks on the car, so I think this might have just been a mistake that he's made somewhere, run deep, gone off the circuit. So no good for him. Just maybe it's me, maybe I'm the curse. He doesn't seem to have good races when I'm commentating. Here's Jamie, he's down in P13. So he started in P5, he's dropped 8 spots. So not a good start for him. Not what we're used to seeing with Jamie. As Slambo, he makes his drive through. There he is. And that means this man there, HSV on screen, he is in the lead. He's got Brenticles, an angry old fella, charging hard behind. So he's going to start trying to put as much heat on Brenticles as he can. And he's got Slambo. No, he doesn't have Slambo for company. He's got Vic Chan for company. So that's a little bit of pressure just in itself, having Vic looming large behind you in the Nissan tonight. And there we go. Slambo has cleared his drive-through. Just confirm where he will come out. That will be dead last. 912 is down there as well. That's... Sorry, not Slambo. Eagle Wind. Did he make another stop? I'm not too sure. Nonetheless, we're looking at Angry Old Fella. He's managed to get past Brenticles just while I was jabbering on there. So he's moved himself up into P2. Now Vic Chan is going to start to pour the pressure on Brenticles. Try and force a mistake from the Bentley driver. We know the quality of Vic, obviously. So this is going to be a nice little scrap to watch as we go on board. Get a view from the dash. So just riding those curbs. Didn't really have any issues with that. So 131.1, Brenticles a 131.5. Angry Old Fella did a 130 flat. So he's looking good. So these two of similar pace as Vic, looking to just send it down the inside there. Just didn't quite have enough momentum. As he makes his way up now. This is Klein Chicane. Pulls out pretty early, has a big look. Not close enough. Tuck into the slipstream again. It's a bit of a busy circuit, Zolder. You don't have much time to breathe. There's no massively long straights. You've got 3 pretty decent chicanes here as well. So that keeps you on your toes. Undulations in this circuit. Bit of an old school kind of track. I remember I became quite familiar with this through Project Cars 1. I had to do, I think it was a 30-minute enduro race. Well, what they classified as an enduro. So I remember before that game, I'd never raced at this circuit. So that was a, yeah, it was a bit of an eye-opener. I remember that I saw the wind turbines. I thought that's quite peculiar. The solar panels there you see on the right hand side, so doing their bit for the environment, green energy. But it's Vic Chan, he's chasing down a green car right now, and it's the Bentley that belongs to Brenticles, and he's just gonna have to bide his time and pick his moment to strike. While HSV, he's 2.8 seconds ahead of Angry Old Fella, who we see just there in the foreground in that blue Bentley. He's in P2. Just having a quick scan down the rest of the field. We're closing in on the first 10-minute segment of this race. Ooh, have a look at that behind. It's Bounty. Just having a bit of a look there at Ty Morgo. He's got Mr. N. Wilson just behind. He started in 14th, Mr. N. Wilson. He's worked himself up into P7 already. So he's had a great start here. He'll want to try and capitalise on that. He had a podium a couple of weeks ago as well. And I think Vic Chan, here we go. He's going to have a look at Brenticles up the inside through the final turn. just has to pull out at the last moment. But you start to think that the defences of Brenticles might not be able to hold up for too much longer. A 130.234 or 130.270. So there's nothing in it between these two. Almost identical pace. Which really is going to make it just that little bit more difficult for Vic. He doesn't have a significant advantage over him. These two cars pretty evenly matched here around this circuit. This is about the longest, I guess, part of the track here as well. Now throwing it through the chicane one more time, the Klein chicane. Looks like Bounty has just backed off a little bit there from Ty Morgo. So he's opened up a little bit of breathing room. Mr. and Wilson still giving chase there. So he's just hanging on the back of those two. But this is the little scrap that we want to concentrate on for now. As we've gone 10 minutes in this race. This is semi-final A group. And we're watching Vic Chan do his thing here. We'll do a little recap in a moment. We'll just watch these two finish off this lap. Let's see if Vic can get a run on him here. Got some good momentum. 129.8 or 129.7, so a little bit faster. So Vic, his patience may be starting to wear a little bit thin. He'll be looking to get away past that big Bentley in front of him. Let's just do a quick little recap though of the first 10 minutes as we watch that battle continue to simmer on. So HSV, Angry Old Fella, Brenticles, that's your top three. Vic and Ty Morgo, that rounds out your top five. Then Bounty, Mr. N. Wilson, Incy, Jamie and Scott Pye. That's your top 10. We've lost 2. So we started off with 18, but we're down to 16. And we might just step away from this battle momentarily because we got a good little scrap here starting to brew. This is Scott Pye, Metal Steel and Andrali. So Andrali had he went around on the opening corner of the first lap here. So he's doing a bit of a recovery mission right now. Bruce is asking, why didn't we restart after disconnecting on the warm-up lap? That is a good question. Perhaps not a question for me to answer. That maybe one of the admins. Oh, here we go. This is Crashy Mate all over the back of Andrali. Is he going to have enough to send it up the inside? Yes, he does. Nice move, and he gets that done. So he claims P12. Both of these drivers down at the rear of the field because of earlier incidents. They didn't hit anything. Oh, Andrali, was that on purpose? There's a bit of an untidy pit entry there. He's coming in. Looks like there's a bit of damage there to that car too. So let's have a look at Scott Pye. I've commentated a few of his races so far in this pre-season. He's been good to watch actually. I think he's put in a pretty good effort. Been consistent. Had some good scraps as well. Been put under some pressure. And while that's happening, the gap between Vic Chan and Brenticles has grown a little bit. And this is Jamie and Incy, so we haven't seen too much of these guys tonight. Well, Incy we haven't seen too much of. He's putting up a good fight in the Lexus. As we see Scott Pye having a look. Here, he's got, this is Crashy Mate behind him. Oh, yeah, Crashy Mate just sneaks it up through the inside. So he's charging up through the field. So he takes another scalp there. He'll continue on. But this is Jamie just having a look at Incy. Try and just alternate between these two and Vic Chan and Brenticles. Here we go. So Jamie in the Honda tonight. Incy in the Lexus. Ooh, looks like he got a little bit of oversteer there out of the final turn. Let's see if that gives him any disadvantage there. So not quite close enough. to look at making a move. Ooh, runs a little bit wide there, but that's all right. Got a little, oh, look at that car. Just almost a bit of four-wheel drifting from Incy. Loses a lot of time there. That opens up the door for Jamie, and you can't give this man, a man of this caliber, that much room to work with, because that will be the result. You will lose your position quite swiftly. And there he goes. So nice work from Jamie. He moves up into P8 as we approach the quarter-way mark. This one already. Oh, Incy just trying to fight back. He's not going to give up that spot without a fight. Oh, he's putting Jamie under a little bit of pressure. He makes a mistake. And you got Metal Steel, who's looking to get a little bit on this action. And I bloody missed it. Vic Chan finally got past Brenticles. Like Metal Steel is trying to do with Incy right now. So I do apologise for missing that one. It's been some good racing though. As I said last week, I thought the driving standards were phenomenal. Had some really close racing, door-to-door stuff. But it was all done in with lots of respect and high caliber. So tonight looks like it's on the same trajectory. Alright, so this is Metal Steel. He's going to try and chase down Incy. And I think these two are the closest cars on the circuit. He's got Crashy Mate charging up fast behind. And there you go, Metal Steel. He gets the job done. So he moves past Incy. And I dare say Incy is going to start to come under pressure almost immediately as I say that. This is Crashy Mate. I think it's a V10 in that Audi. You can hear the R8. Did a bit of research on this car today actually. Top speed of, I think it's about 329 kilometers. Obviously in the right trim. And this thing can be like nitrous oxide boosted. Get another 30 kilometers out of it. So there you go. There's a little tidbit for the Audi. Being driven right now by Crashy Mate in P11. Looking to get past the Lexus there of Incy. And he seems to have just got a nice little buffer there. And look who it is in the background. It's Slambo. So pole sitter who got pulled up for a false start, if you like. He jumped the start. Been watching too much Olympics. Watched the ice skating last night. Tell you what, that is a contact sport. Some dirty tricks as well. Did you see the guy who threw the little black little thing at him? You know, the little black markers on the ground? Hey, dirty tricks in ice skating. Alright. So this is Crashy. So Incy's gonna start to feel the pinch here. Because he will have Crashy Mate tucked up right behind. And then he's gonna have Slambo as well. So he's gonna have a fair bit to deal with very, very shortly. And Drally is the only driver so far to have completed his pit stop. It is one stop. Tyres are mandatory, fuel is optional. Track has cooled off a little bit, 27 degrees, still optimum though. Air temperature has gone down 1 degree, it's at 22 from 23. And here we go, here's Crashy Mate. He made a move here a couple of laps ago, not to be this time around, but he is closing in rapidly on the rear of that Lexus. We know it's got a fair bit of tow in it, but I don't think that's really going to count for much around a circuit like Zolder, where the straights aren't very long and there's not many of them. So he doesn't get a chance to stretch his legs. Crashy Mate. He wasn't stretching his legs at all there. And we've got a flurry of activity in the pits as well. So Mr. N. Wilson and Slambo, they're in there too. So that little mistake doesn't cost Crashy Mate as much as it could have, because he had Slambo right behind him. So he'll have to get going again. He's already had a mistake so far in this race too. So maybe just still coming to grips with the Audi. I do believe he has driven it for all these practice races. So maybe just sort of just still feeling his way It is often talked about as being one of the hardest cars to master in this game. So it can be a bit of a handful. Who else do we have in the chat right now? We got Burrow Dog. Here we go, Burrow. Fan favourite of many. Dan is cheering on Jamie. Oh, Wheezy Weston. He's here again. Did you commentate last night, Wheezy? I didn't get a chance to watch the PC League. I hope you're well. I didn't say last week, but I hope you're... you had some health issues a little while ago. I hope they've all cleared up for you. And you're doing well. Alright. I'm just having a look at Ty Morgo here. He's got Brenchicles in front of him for company. We are pretty much at a third race distance. So that first 20 minutes tended to fly by pretty quickly. But right now it is HSV leading the way from Angry Old Fella. Vic Chan finds himself in P3. He's got Brenchicles giving chase to him. Ty Morgo in 5th. Bounty, he's having a good run tonight. He's up there in 6th position. Jamie in 7th. Metal Steel in 8th. Incy in 9th. And Scott Pye having another good run. He's in 10th position. Drivers that have pitted and have cleared their stops. Mr. N. Wilson, Slambo and Andrali. Andrali spun around on turn 1, lap 1. So unfortunate start for him after he qualified in P11. Slambo qualified pole position, but he got the drive-through penalty for jumping the start at the beginning. So did Eagle Wind as well. So he started down there in 6th position, finds himself in 11th, and still needs to make another visit to the pits to clear his stops too. So kind of gives you a bit of an overview of the race for the first 20 minutes. This one's been quite good. Track continuing to cool a little bit, 26 degrees. Still optimum though. What's the time of day? It's 5:21 p.m. and 38 minutes still to go. So we are going to finish this one in the darkness under the floodlights. There we go. Maybe a little bit of helicopter cam. Burrow Dog. That's not very nice, Burrow. All in good fun though. Alright. Have a look at these 5 cars. Nice shot from the helicopter. So this is Ty up in 5th spot. Started in 10th. Making his way through the chicane. Let's just see if we've got any other action going on the circuit. Oh, here we go. We got Vic. He's all over the back of Angry Old Fella. So this will be a big test for Angry. Let's go back to the helicopter cam. So we've seen Vic in a few scraps tonight. This is setting up to be a good one between him and Angry Old Fella. I think Angry's doing a little bit of PC racing too, by the looks of things. He's got Vic, who I also think is doing some PC stuff, which you can catch on a Monday night. JJ Penguin does the stream for that one. I've been good, Mr. Weston. I've been alright. I've moved house. So I'm in my new setup, if you like. My ear though, on the other hand, I don't know if anyone else has ear problems. I've got an ear problem at the moment. It's blocked. I have to go to the specialist tomorrow. That's about it, how I'm going. How's Vic Chan going on the track? Which is what we've all come here to look and watch, not hear about my medical issues. He's angry. Did he make a little mistake there? Not too sure. I don't think so. Vic Chan's not a man that you want to make mistakes while he's behind you. He will pounce And you don't need to give him much of a gap to go. Oh, it's a different kind of line. Looks like he's going to have a pretty good run here. Angry, going defensive. I like it. Going to force Vic to go around the long way. Vic trying to just sort of cut under. This is good driving from Angry. Good defensive driving. Very good car positioning there. Oh, he runs a little bit wide though. Vic goes the tighter line. Oh, Angry. This is good racing between these two right here. That was some good stuff. Angry, just able to hold on there. That's what pressure does though. Oh no, speaking of pressure, Vic Shan. He succumbs to a bit of pressure. Gets it all wrong through the Klein chicane. And that just lets Angry Old Fella off the hook a little bit. And look who it is again. It's the hard-charging Porsche of Slambo. So he's moved. Oh, hang on. Is that for position? I don't think it is. He's going to try and unlap himself. By the looks of it. Let me just double check here. Yeah, he's down there in 12th. So my apologies for that. Getting a little bit overexcited. But these two, Vic Chan and Angry, are having a nice battle there. This is for a podium right now. HSV, he's well ahead. And Angry, he's considerably quicker than Vic, but we did see Vic make that mistake. 129 there from Slambo. So he'll be ruining that start. He definitely would have been a contender for the race victory. We saw him pretty much walk away with it last week. In a Ferrari, mind you. And this week, turning up in a Porsche and pretty much blitzing him as well. As we see Bounty, he's in the pits too to make his first stop. And we are just over 3.5 minutes away from the halfway mark of this one. Been pretty good so far. Had some good battles. And yeah, a lot of the time it's been focusing on Vic Chan just working his way up through the field. He started in P7. But HSV, he's cleared out. We saw Angry. He was able to sort of get a gap on Vic a little bit earlier, but HSV 4.6 seconds ahead now. He's doing it pretty easily. The other on-track action right here belongs to Time Auger and Brenticles. As who was that just behind? That wasn't... No, I'm just grasping at straws there. I do apologise. I saw a little bit of action there happening in the background. Oh, here we go. Some pit stops happening. So Brenticles and Time Auger, they've decided, let's go in together. And they'll make their stops now. So they're pitting from 4th and 5th. That's Jamie in the Honda. He's decided to make his stop as well. So we've got 3 cars in the pits. Let's just check if they hit their marks. So important here. I won't stay with them though because there's no pit animation. Tyres are mandatory, fuel is optional. Will he hit his marks here? Yeah, nice work from Brenticles. Ty Morgo, he's going to do the same. Boom. And Jamie. There we go. All sorted. All right, so they're 3 cars in the pits. Out in front, though, back to this little battle here. This is a very interesting proposition right now that Slambo has ahead of him. Trying to unlap himself, has good pace. I think he did lap faster than Vic Chan on that last lap too. So, a bit of a conundrum that both Vic and Slambo find themselves in. Slambo obviously battling it out with Angry Old Fella for the lead. Let's just see what the times are once they filter through. I think the last time around Slambo was like a 129 something. And look at that, it doesn't matter now because Vic's going to come into the pits anyway. So, problem solved right there. No issue. Nothing to see here. Keep moving on. What there is, though, there is something to see right here. This is Andrelli and Crushy, mate. They're unfortunately down in P14 and 15. So, They've both had their issues this evening. And the first half hasn't been kind to them. They will be hoping the second half is much better. Can't really get much worse than what they've experienced so far, to be honest. Nice little Ferrari versus Audi scrap. Vic, he's in the pits, so he's stopped. And HSV, he's going to continue on. And have a look at this. Have a look in fourth position. Scott Pye up there in fourth. I know we've had some pit stops and whatnot, but credit due. Credit where it's due. I think that's the saying, isn't it? Anyway. Alright, so once all the pit stops filter out, we've only got 6 more cars on the circuit to make their stops. Well, 3 now after HSV pits. Here comes Angry. Scott Pye, are you going to come into the pits as well? We have to wait a little bit longer for him. Angry's in there. Pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure. There it is. Got the finally got the P next to his name. Hey, this is a big moment for this guy. He's potentially going to inherit the lead here. So that's something to be quite proud of. If he does it, he should do it, you would think. Is that HSV's... Oh, what's happened there? Oh, no. I thought that was something else, but... Ah, Scott Pye, if you had to go on one more lap, you would have been in the lead. Oh, well. What about Tabasco? Will he be a race leader? Perhaps. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think he will, because oh, he might. We'll keep an eye on it. He's coming into the pits as well. Oh, you guys, you got a chance for a little bit of limelight, but you're not taking it. HSV's still in there. Vic Chan. Is he going to move himself up into the lead of this race? Oh, it is going to be close here. It's a bit of a unique type of pit entry, and HSV's managed to hold on, so he's done that, yeah, relatively comfortable there. So he's in the lead, but Vic Chan has moved himself up into P2. Once the timing screen sorts itself out, you'll see him in P2. Has Scott Pye got Pye? I'm not too sure about that. You know what? If I was smart and I knew maths, maybe I could make like a pie joke. But I can't. Because I don't know maths very well. Although, I did learn how to do percentages the other day at work. I feel like I'm pretty all over that now. Not too sure when I'll need it again, but anyway. So Vic Chan, he's had a good run here. He's going to give chase to HSV, who I have to say, has driven a great race. He started in 4th, and he's worked himself into the lead. So we've still got the second half of this one to go. This is the semi-final. This is the A group. And cars pretty spread out of the circuit now. So not much action going on. Everyone has pitted as well. And Scott Pye, he dropped down into 14th. He's chasing Mr. N. Wilson in 13th. In the that white with purple accents and green wheels. Very interesting colour scheme he's got going on there. Similar to Team Little Bear. Looks very similar to the livery he's been running lately. Alright. Alright, might just stay with this for now. These are the 2 closest cars on the circuit. So let's do a little recap here. HSV, so after all the pit stops have been cleared and the stop-go penalties and everything else. So HSV, he's in P1. Vic Chan, he's in P2. Angry Old Fella, he rounds out the podium. And then in 4th position, it's Brenticles and Ty Morgo. He's in 5th. The second half of the top 10 is Jamie in 6th, Bounty in 7th, Slambo in 8th, 9th is Metal Steel, and 10th is Eagle Wind. We haven't seen much of this guy tonight, but I reckon he's had a really good run. This is Bounty. He started in P12 and he's made his way up into P7 after all the stops. So he's looking really good. The owner of the Podium website, where all the stats are kept for Race on Oz. If you haven't done so, go check it out. Go buy him a shoey while you're there. But yeah, he's driven a nice race. I haven't seen too much of him. So we'll give him a little bit of love on the screen now. $29.5 from Jamie. I didn't catch that time from Ty Morgo. Alright, let's get back to it. So I'm just scanning through. Crashy Mate, he's been good for some action. Seems to have found himself behind Andrali for a lot of this race tonight. They're down in 11th and 12th. We have 25 minutes remaining. So still plenty of time. Once the clock ticks down on the other side, that's when you know you're closer to the end. Changes your perception a little bit. Fuel loads will be coming down as well. Cars going faster. Obviously had their pit stops all done. Changed the tyres. Tyres were mandatory. Fuel was optional. Tabasco, he's in the pits. He'd already completed his stop. So, not too sure if he's got some sort of issue there. Closing up right under brakes there is Crashy Mate. On the Ferrari with the livery designed by Andrali's daughter, was it? Daughter or son? One or the other. Child? Yeah, Crashy Mate started in P2 and that's about as good as it got. Finds himself in P12 right now. He's had a couple of mistakes tonight that have cost him time. Wonder if that's terminal for Tabasco in the pits. We'll soon enough find out though. 6:07 PM local time. So yeah, this one is destined to finish in darkness. You can take different lines through there, can't you? Through turn 1. There's more than one optimum line through there. Especially the first part of the lap, first sort of 2 or 3 corners where it's just this constant right-hand radius turn, almost like one big turn. And now into the Klein chicane. Oh, it runs a little bit deep. Always wanting to brake later and later there. Over the hump, down the hill, and then into the next chicane. This is the Villeneuve chicane. Named after Giles, I would assume. Although Jacques was pretty handy as well. Listening to that V10 just downshifting. Giving chase to that Ferrari. Well, we've got a sunset finish, Wheezy Western reckons, and maybe not a darkness finish. I reckon you're probably right. As I was saying darkness, I thought, nah, if it's like daylight savings time. Anyway, we'll see. Nonetheless, I think it'll be quite spectacular. This game does the weather conditions really well. Although I was very jealous watching the where were they the other night? I think Laguna Seca on the PC. Oh, Andrali! He runs wide. That opens up the opportunity for Crashy Mate. And he says, thank you very much. I will take that with both hands. And he'll walk through the Klein chicane. And he'll take over P11 from Andrali. So just a little mistake there. Ran wide. And that was enough to let the Audi driver through. So unfortunate for Andrali. I'll tell you what. Crashy Mate being very liberal with his lines there. through the chicane. Through the Villeneuve chicane. Oh, who's that? Is that someone going off on the... no, I don't think so. Eagle Wind. I thought I had someone in the kitty litter there, but it wasn't to be. What about Ty Morgo? He's only a second behind Brenticles. Brenticles, he's had a good race. Started P3. He finds himself in P4. He's 9 seconds behind Angry Old Fella, who's 5 seconds behind Vic Chan, who's 3 seconds behind HSV. So we'll keep an eye on those gaps at the front. But this man here, Ty Morgo, let's take a ride with him for a lap, I reckon. No, not yet. We'll jump on board for a lap with him so he can give chase to Brenticles as the shadows starting to get longer over the circuit. They got Jamie behind them as well. So he'll try and make some ground on these two in front of him, trying to just get involved with them. So this is for 4th, 5th and 6th. This is the pointy end of the field. And we're coming towards the pointy end of the race. We're going to embark on the final 20 minutes. As Ty Morgo says, this is my time. I'm going to try and get past this Bentley. Let's do a lap with Ty Morgo, giving chase to Brenticles. Enjoy. Alright, that was a lap with Ty Morgo giving chase to Brenticles, with Jamie looming large there in the background. So 18 minutes remaining in this one. This is the semi-final A group. I think it has been terminal for Tabasco. He's out of this race, so we're down to 15. Started with 18. We lost ROOZ. Who else did we lose along the way? Did we lose Jambon Sickle? I reckon we did. They're the two, I reckon. Yep. Alright. Out in front, it's HSV. He's 2.5 seconds now ahead of Vic Chan, who is giving chase. Angry Old Fella, he's the next one on the podium there in P3. Now the gap is 2.7 in fact. Brenticles and then Ty Morgo, that's your top 5, followed by Jamie. Those 3 cars in 4th, 5th and 6th that you can see on the screen. Slambo, that's good recovery from him. Down there in 7th, Bounty in 8th, Metal Steel 9th and Eagle Wind rounding out the top 10. So this one just bubbling along. Cars pretty spread out throughout the circuit as well. So we'll see how things transpire as we get closer to the finish of this one. We'll stick with these two. And Ty just starting to close up at 20. I think he did a 29.4 there. Jamie did a 29.2. So a 29.94, sorry, my mistake. He's best with a 29.6 from Ty. So he's going to have to keep one eye forward and then one eye on the mirror to make sure he just keeps Jamie in check behind him in the Honda. Throwing it through that chicane. Looks like it's harder than it looks doing that as well. You have to have a lot of precision and a lot of trust in your ability, as well as the car setup too. Having it set up correctly to ride those bumps. But Ty just working little bit by little bit on Brenticles, but he's going to have to be really careful here because he's got Jamie right behind him. He's starting to close that gap. It's currently 1.1 seconds. Angry Old Fella did a 1:29.8. Let's see what Brenticles does here. 29.5, 29.6 to Ty, and a 29.4 to Jamie. So Jamie, the faster of the three drivers here. These two guys are going to have to keep a very, very close eye on him for the final quarter of this race. This is shaping up to be a nice little three-way battle. This is for 4th, 5th and 6th respectively. At the moment, Vic Chan just can't seem to close the gap. If anything, it is extending between him and HSV. And Angry Old Fella, they're out there all by themselves. This is where the action is on the circuit. Everywhere else is pretty strung out right now. This is the closest little trio of cars that we've got. So hopefully they can provide enough action to get us through. And Ty Morgo is doing his ever best to do exactly that for us. He's probably as close as he has been over the last few laps behind Brenticles. So he would think that his chance is looming pretty large. He'll be ready to grab it with both hands as Jamie now right behind. These three cars are pretty much nose to tail now. This is going to be very interesting. Jamie just having a look, letting his presence be known there. Just saying, don't forget about me. I'm right here. Let's have a look at times again. Brenticles. He does a 31 to Jamie, and a 29.6, sorry, a 30 to Ty Morgo, and a 29.6. So on that lap, Jamie was half a second quicker than both Brenticles and Ty Morgo. So he is definitely a danger to these two cars in front of him. They're scrapping between each other. Is just let Jamie in on this battle, and they're going to have to work it out in a hurry. Either work together or give the position up. Ty will be hoping to get past Brenticles though. They come through Villeneuve chicane one more time. Be right on board with Jamie. So he's got the best seat in the house for these two. Runs a little bit wide through there. Alright. Can Ty have a look? No. Not this time around. Jamie will just be biding his time here. Just keeping these two in front of him. Let's check the lap times again. Brenticles a 29.7, a 29.9, and a 29.8. So Ty was the slower of the three there, with Brenticles was quicker. So just responding now. It's just the gap's kind of evened out between these three. They've all upped their game a little bit more in the I'd say it got pretty close there. So it's a seesawing battle between these three right now, and they've got 11.5 minutes to finish. Oh no, Brenticles, he's made a mistake. I look away for 1 second, and that was it. So I think that was at the Klein chicane. It's claimed one, and Brenticles has just made that mistake, and he's lost a position. So now it's just Ty Morgo and Jamie out in front. I didn't quite catch it there. I was just looking at the stream, making sure that it was all up to date. So I did miss it. My apologies. That's what happens when you look away. The action happens. All right. Well, this is going to be good now. It's just one-on-one between Ty Morgo and Jamie. Brendigles will have to do his best to try and get back in on the action. Let's check the times as they cross the line. Ty a 29.9, Jamie a 30 flat, 32.9 to Brentigles, so lost a big chunk of time there. So times are pretty even between both of these cars, and we have seen that for most of the night. Looks like Jamie got a pretty good run through there. A sort of series of three unrelenting right-handers to begin the lap. Now into the Klein chicane after the short blast up the straight. And that is we will just get out of the helicopter for a moment. 5.4 seconds is the gap between HSV and Vic Chan. So not a lot else going on around the track. The only other sort of battle on track I can see is Eagle Wind and Bounty. They're in 8th and 9th. So that's 1.3 seconds is the gap between those two. This is much closer here between Jamie and Ty. As we'll check the times again as they go around. It was pretty even last time. There was about 2/10 in it, I think. Let's see what it is now. Ty 130.2, a 30.4 to Jamie, a 30.5 to Brentigles. So all very evenly matched now. It's going to be some pretty hard work to get past as the sun is beginning to set on this one. And it is HSV doing it pretty easily. He's 5.4 seconds now ahead of Vic Chan. Angry Old Fella 6.6 seconds behind him. And these three are 10.5 seconds behind those that final podium place. Oh, Jamie made the mistake. So Brentigles also made a bit of a mistake there as well. So the Klein chicane, no, that wasn't the Klein chicane. That was coming through... Where was that? That was Jackie X, I think. No, it was through the Klein chicane. My mistake. So it's claimed a couple. But it hasn't cost Jamie too much. He's still pretty close to Ty, but it's all just working out all right for him. He's currently in P4 right now. Ooh, Eagle Wind. He's closed up the gap between him and Bounty. We might jump to that. I think, yeah, we will. Let's have a quick look. Oh, here we go. Metal Steel in there as well. So it's a Bentley Fest. Bounty, Eagle Wind, and Metal Steel. Here we go. This is for 8th, 9th, and 10th. 7.5 minutes left. These three boys, they've gone all in. And they're all about it right now. They want to try and finish as high as they possibly can. Bounty, he started in 12th. Eagle Wind, he started... Where did you start? Oh, he started in 6th. Finds himself in 9th. And then Metal Steel, he started 13th. He's in 10th, so he's had a good run. Yeah, these three are all going for it. This will be good to watch. This will give us some entertainment for the final 7 minutes. This is the semi-final A. This is the semi-final. This is the A group. Go through Klein one more time. Here we go. So this is Eagle Wind versus Bounty. So used to seeing Bounty in an orange Mercedes, not a bright yellow and blue Bentley. Here, head traction control just kicking in there on Eagle Wind's car. Got it set to 5. of those circuits where you do need to have a bit of a higher traction control, a lot of slow corners. Alright, where's he going to have a go? Let's have a look at the lap times as they come through. Bounty. He does a 130.7, Eagle Wind a 130.5, and a 30.6 to Metal Steel. So as we've consistently seen throughout the whole race, that the times between these guys have been so close across the entire field. Hasn't been anyone really blitzing it that we've been on board with. Although HSV may be just that person because he's walked away with this one. He started P4, he's in P1 right now. Followed by Big Chan and Angry Old Fella. And these three boys, Bounty, Eagle Wind and Metal Steel, 8th, 9th and 10th as they begin another lap. They don't begin another lap, they're already well into another lap. 6.7 seconds is the gap between HSV and Vic. It's pretty big now. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this one. And Eagle Wind. Oh no, he's lost it. He's gone wide onto the grass. He's done well to hold on to that as well. But just pushing a little bit too hard. And he's lost out there big time. So Metal Steel's just walked through and taken that position away from him. But he did a good job not to run up the back of Bounty then as well. So good driving there from Eagle Wind. Managing just to keep it in relative control and not take anyone else out. He definitely would not have wanted that. And that's what he's been able to avoid. So some good driving from him. Metal Steel, he's got some battle scars from the evening as well. Up the side of his car. Kind of like an army green. Oh, the sun is setting. Oh, we see that money shot where you see the sun coming down. You usually do get that at Zolder. We'll have to do some on-board action. See if we can get it. Who's coming through now? Turn 32. Oh, I don't think it's going to go low enough, unfortunately. We've only got 3.5 minutes remaining. 7:07 p.m. local time. So we definitely will not be finishing under full darkness. It's going to be a very pretty sunset finish. Here's Jamie. He's looking for a strong finish right now. He's all over the back of Ty Morgo. Let's have a look at lap times. Ty Morgo, he goes a 129.7, a 129.3 to Jamie. So 4/10 the difference in speed between him and the Bentley he's chasing down right now. In the final 3 minutes of this one. This is for 4th and 5th between these two. As mentioned, there's no teams here. This is every man for himself. And Jamie, he's looking just to try and take that spot away from Ty. Oh, here we go. Let's go on board with Jamie, who's the chaser right now. So go through Villeneuve. Probably have maybe 2 more laps. We'll wait for the message to come through. It's all going to depend on when HSV crosses the line. Might have 2 more laps left to this one to try and get himself past the Bentley of Ty Morgo. Check the lap times on this one. Oh, Jamie just keeping it in control. Ty Morgo, a 30.3, a 29.9, so 4/10 the difference in lap times again between Jamie and Ty. We haven't heard the notification yet that it's going to be the last lap. So we will have to wait for that. We still don't get that beautiful sunset shot, unfortunately. we can watch the man at work here. Oh, no! He almost sends it flying, Jamie. And I think that's going to put an end to his aspirations to finish in P4. That does provide a pretty decent reprieve there for Ty Morgo. I don't think it's going to be enough for Brenchkels to take advantage of that. But Jamie just got a little bit desperate there, I guess, towards the end. Understanding that the end is nigh. And I think we will get the signal any second now. There it is. Leader is on the final lap. This is the last lap of the race. This is the semi-final. This is A group, or Group A. A group or Group A, however you want to say it. It's got the letter A in there. HSV out in front. There he is. I reckon he probably would have driven a fairly lonely race. That was... Oh, he was behind him. Yeah, it's Mr. N. Wilson and Scott Pye. They know that it's the last lap. This is 4th position as well. So this is down in 13th and 14th. Can Scott Pye do it? Can that Ferrari get past his arch nemesis, the Lamborghini? He's got to send it up the inside. Oh, he runs deep. That was a bin it or win it move. Oh, he gets a drive-through penalty as well for track limits. So that puts an end to his charge. But this man here tonight, we haven't seen him much on screen. But he started in P4. He's driven pretty much a flawless race. It's probably not the victory that you savour as much as the ones where you have the out-and-out fights. But a victory nonetheless. Congratulations, HSV. He takes home the win in semi-final Group A. Congratulations, HSV. A very well-earned victory. Well done to him. He's kept Vic Chan behind him the whole race. He takes P2. Congratulations to Vic. Well done to him. And Angry Old Fella, he started down in P8 and he takes home a podium position. So congratulations to Angry. Here's Ty Morgo. So he's being pushed all the way by Jamie. He's going to manage to just get ahead of him across the line. He takes P4. Jamie in 5th. Brenchkels in 5th. Brenchkels in 6th. Sorry, Slambo in 7th. Good recovery from him. He definitely would have challenged for the victory tonight if it wasn't for the drive-through penalty for jumping the start at the beginning. But that, nonetheless, that's racing. That's what happens. Bounty, he's going to keep it on track here. He's going to take home 8th position. He looks pretty happy about it. Metal Steel and Eagle Wind's going to round out the top 10. And Drally, he's going to bring home that Ferrari in P11. So the livery that his daughter, I believe, made for him. And then Crashy Mate, after a great qualifying in P2, he's going to finish in P12. And that, everyone, is that. That is the race. So massive congratulations to HSV. He took home the victory tonight. Well done to him. Really great race. Started 4th, finished P1. Can't really get much better than that. Then we got Vic Chan. He started down there in P7th to take home P2. And Angry Old Fella, he started 8th and finished P3. So I think that was a really great way to finish the race. Congratulations to all involved. That means I think next week we'll be back. We'll be back again next week. So stick with us. Until then, take care of yourself, everyone. Stay safe. And go well. My name is Nick. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.